These are the highlights of India's smartest podcast, The Ranveer Show. Welcome to TRS Clips. Make sure you hit that bell icon and don't forget to subscribe. Is it difficult to find love in your profession? I've heard a lot of female actor friends of mine saying that.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know this reality. One, because I'm not a girl.
Yeah.
Two, because I'm not an actor. So it's just a whole new perspective in terms of, I feel, honestly, there's a lot of men. Many of the men would first of all be like afraid to like come up to y'all because of the way y'all look and who y'all are. Then out of the ones who'd come up, many of them would just want to be with you for the status of being with you. So it leaves a very small pool of like genuinity to come your way. And I'll tell you one more thing. Out of those genuine pool of men, understand that men take very long to grow emotionally.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, like, and men start growing emotionally probably after 30, after 40. Yeah. And I've figured that through the podcast. Like a lot of the guys I've spoken to in their 20s don't know what's happening in their heads.
For sure. Very few of them are so.
Yeah. So to be able to date someone who is as emotional as an actor would be very challenging for a lot of younger guys.
Perhaps you're right. I feel, first though, I honestly feel there are many more options. I feel like there are more women than there are men. In the sense, if you put a male actor and a female actor and ask the same question, I feel for a man, he would probably have more options. I feel women are more genuine like that. And those things that you're saying would probably not be, such concerns. Whereas for a female actor, or for women in general, I feel your options are more limited. I don't think it's because there's any expectation list or any of that shit. That doesn't work. It's never been. It's how you vibe with the person. It's how you connect.
What do you
There
look
are
for?
no criterias as that.
What's your criteria?
I have none. I genuinely have no criterias. I mean, like if I have to look back at whichever relationships I've been in or whoever I've dated, I don't think there's a box that anyone fits into. So I don't see, it's not like so-and-so has to be duck, none of that rubbish. It's just the way someone makes you feel.
Okay.
And it doesn't have to be big gestures. It can be the smallest thing like, hey, I'm so sorry, I'm at work. But just like, rather than people who just like take you for granted. I don't like that. That's not my, I don't.
You want to feel like a queen?
No, I don't want to feel like a queen. I just feel like when two people are together, I feel they should make each other feel that they are important in each other's life. It doesn't have to mean putting someone on a pedestal, making them feel like a queen. No. In fact, that would put me off completely. I don't want someone who's going to be like, oh my God, no way. Like, don't even think about it. Like, a very normal person.
That's a note for all the Sindhi boys out there watching
I can't
this.
believe I just made that expression. That's so disgusting. Anyway, I don't want like a little...
No.
You just want someone who's on... Like, see, two equals. Yeah, sometimes one has to be, it's like a seesaw. Sometimes you have to pour more, sometimes he has to pour more, like that. But more importantly, it's important to make the other person feel seen, heard and understood. And both ways. Even I need to, even the other person needs
That's
to.
what I meant by queen. As in, I didn't mean that.
Yeah, okay.
My queen. It's like maybe you want that king and queen relationship, but mutual respect.
Mutual
etc.
respect, mutual understanding. It's respect and understanding and communication is so important in a relationship.
Okay, I love that you're a psychologist, which is why I'm going to bring that back in.
Yeah.
What are women's expectations in a relationship? I know you can't generalize and everyone has, a different mind. But according to you and all your female friends that you've spoken to about these things, what should men know about dating women? Like, how do we be better boyfriends or husbands?
I think,
Indian
the
girls
basics, let's just start with the basics.
Okay.
Loyalty, these should be a given. This should not be this is a basic thing.
Have you
Loyalty,
been cheated on?
Trust. I don't know. I wouldn't know. I don't think so. Unless it happened and I don't know. But I don't think so.
Okay, go on.
Loyalty, trust, respect. These are just the given. Both ways, men and women. I won't just say, I'm not saying this just for women. Not just for men. I'm saying even women. These should be just like a given in a relationship. I think when I say respect, for me, I feel It comes with respect of a person, of how they are, accepting people for who they are. Don't try to change, evolve, grow together. We all want to grow. We all want to become, better versions of ourselves. But don't do it at the cost of making someone want to change who they are inherently. Then that's not really a relationship you should get into, because we are who we are. Our best and worst, this is who we are. It's going to come out eventually. So these are, no matter how much you change a person, 6 months, but by the end of it, certain things are inherent to you that you have to know and accept those things, and nobody's perfect. No actress is perfect either, no actor is perfect either, no matter how great they look on screen and all that jazz. We're all normal, flawed beings, human beings. That's just how we are.
Can I be very honest with you about one thing?
Yeah.
I'm not just saying that.
Please do.
I think your flaws are relatively lesser than like the flaws I've seen in like other people. So it's cool that you're saying that.
Yeah.
But you're a very I don't know how to put it, and it sounds like I'm hitting on you, but I'm not. I'm just like breaking down your head. I feel like you're a very dateable person.
Yeah, I think I am. It's really funny, but I feel like for me now, if I'm in a that's one thing. If I'm in a relationship, it's very all or nothing. I can sometimes even, and I have at times made it a bigger priority than even like my work life at times. I do, because I feel like maybe that's also because I've seen that growing up. I think my parents have been they're still very lovey-dovey. So now the benchmark is so high, the bar is raised so high that I have big shoes, not to be that, but I don't know if it's expectations. I also feel sometimes you should understand that it's not all, we will be disappointed. It's not like the expectations will always be met. But once you accept each other for who you are, both ways, I think it gets easier. I feel like those disappointments, you start, the intent of a person's behavior, and that makes you less disappointed, because everybody's two people can have different reactions. For example, you may want to say something and your inability to say it may come out in anger, but the reason you're angry is because you wanted to say something that you've not been able to say. Now, I may focus on the anger and feel like, why is he, I can't stand this person. He's just always angry. But what is the intent behind that anger? And when you notice that, and when you know where things are coming from, when people are saying what they're saying, why they're saying it, then I think the disappointments also kind of reduce.
Yeah. A monk once told me that I asked him for feedback in the same way that you take professional feedback from everyone.
Yeah.
I try taking personal life feedback because it goes in my content. As in, again, content comes out of your person.
Yeah.
So he said that you're a judgmental person. And I said, no, I'm not. I'm really not. That's something I fight against, in fact. I don't judge people, etc. So he said, what is the meaning of judgment for you? So I said, when you look down upon someone or something, and I don't think I'm that person. So he said, no. Judgment is even when you use someone's example as a compass for your own life. When you see something wrong and say, okay, I'll never be like that, even that's judgment. So I said, okay, then how do you remove that? Because that's a very normal human thing. Like judgment is probably required for your growth. So he said, every time you're feeling that, replace judgment with curiosity.
Yeah.
And that's effectively what you said. Try understanding the place people are coming from. Because when judgment becomes a part of a relationship, that's what actually leads to the downfall.
Absolutely. And I feel like if there's one thing I know about myself, is that I'm not a judgmental person. I will not form an opinion. Right now, I still don't have an opinion on you. I may not have that kind of a judgment on you. I will have an observation, but I won't have a judgment. I'd never, because I feel like even as people, when you're not put in a box or when you're not judged, there's so much, how much can you know about a person with one meeting or with one observation?
I think I got to know a lot about you.
You do, but it's not everything. You know what I mean?
Fair.
And also, I won't say you're a judgmental person. I'll say you're observant. I will say you're curious. And I'll tell you why. Because if you were a judgmental person, I would have shut down right now. Because I don't end up... I can't grow in an environment if I feel the other person has that judgment, a gaze of judgment on me. But you have a gaze of curiosity, which is exciting and interesting for me to kind of share whatever I'm sharing right now.